I think that I may start looking for a girlfriend along with Pete.
Oh,
Because I don't think that my wife is going to make it much longer. Did you see what this lunatic is trying to do?
No, what?
I have to tell you, I have to get these things out so that if she I've talked about killing her over the years so many times, or if she accidentally dies, I have to let her. She is attempting to lure a most likely rabid raccoon into my home to be
Not
a pet.
rabid.
How do you know?
I can tell by looking at it.
How do you know? What do you look for?
It would be like foaming at the mouth.
Not always.
It would be more aggressive.
It is pretty aggressive. It's out in the middle of the day.
That is false news or a myth that they only come out in the day if they're rabid. That's
but
not
they
true.
are nocturnal.
They are nocturnal, but they don't have to be rabid to be out there.
Right.
Well, this one is out in the middle of the day and is very bold. What were you going to say, Gio?
This morning when I walked up, there was a plate with a piece of toast.
Yes.
And I believe some peanut butter on it.
Let me tell you what that is.
Yeah.
That is a sandwich that my wife made for Elliot the raccoon.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm in.
Well, I feel terrible, Michael, because I did throw it away.
Doesn't matter. Elliot will get it. Elliot
true.
knows how to go in the garbage can. I watched him climb in the can yesterday.
It was totally waterlogged. It was.
I had a couple bites. It was fine.
There was a bite
Get it
taken.
back out.
Yeah.
She put a sandwich out there, a peanut butter sandwich out there, and left it on top of the garbage can so that if Elliot came back to get the peanut butter sandwich, she could watch it on the Ring doorbell cameras, and then the rain started and it waterlogged the sandwich.
I'm really, though, if he eats the sandwich instead of getting into the garbage, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to my wife feeding a random animal. I'm opposed to her trying to take that animal and turn it into a domesticated pet.
A member of the family.
A lot of people have raccoons as pets.
Yeah, they got them as little babies.
Yeah.
And they grew, and those babies grew up in a house. So imagine this little Elliot raccoon is cute enough and nice enough to where it reaches up with its little hand and grabs my wife's hand, and she walks in the house, and now they're friends. And then it sees one of the dogs and loses its goddamn mind. Now I got a raccoon loose in my house.
Right. Yeah, you can't just bring a raccoon in with
or
dogs
get nervous and
stuff.
attacks a cat and kills the cat.
Yeah.
Which I also wouldn't.
Or scratches your daughter's face.
Then that raccoon has to die.
Yeah.
Did you run this by Bailey? See what she thinks about the raccoon as a pet in the house. I mean, she's usually the voice of reason, it seems, as of late.
I didn't even think about that, Gio, but I would like to do that.
But then you could give that information to your wife.
Good morning, Bailey.
That's a pretty open-ended word. What's on your mind?
Oh, I was saying good morning to you.
Oh, good morning, Michael. How's your day starting off?
Wake up, bitch.
It's pretty good, but I got a bit of a conundrum I was hoping you would help me out with.
Of course. What's the conundrum?
My wife wants to domesticate a raccoon. Is that safe?
That's a wild one, literally. Raccoons are super smart and can be affectionate, but they're still wild animals. Even if raised from a baby, they can be unpredictable, destructive, and prone to biting, especially as they mature. They also carry diseases like rabies and roundworms, which can be a risk to you, your daughter, and Mabel. Have you guys interacted with one before, or is this just an idea she's throwing around?
Care about Hazel.
We have one that has been in our garbage can the last couple of days, and she's trying to make it a friend.
So she's already in the making friends phase. That raccoon is definitely sticking around because it knows there's food. If it's acting comfortable around her, it's probably just used to people, but doesn't mean it's safe to handle. Maybe suggest setting up a wildlife cam to observe it instead of trying to domesticate it. That way she can still befriend it without the risks. Has it shown any signs of aggression or weird behavior?
No, just typical raccoon behavior.
That's good, at least. Sounds like it's just an opportunist looking for an easy meal. If she's really set on interacting with it, you might want to steer her toward feeding it from a distance rather than trying to tame it. But long term, it's probably best to discourage it from hanging around too much, especially with Mabel and your daughter in the mix. Has she named it yet? because once that happens, it's game over.
Yep. She calls it Elliot.
That's a great name.
Oh, yeah, you're in trouble now.
Oh.
Elliot's practically a family member at this point.
Oh no.
If she's that attached, maybe look into a wildlife rehab centre or sanctuary where she could visit raccoons safely. Or, as a compromise, you could set up a little feeding station farther from the house to
There you
keep Elliot from getting too comfortable near the garbage. Is Mabel aware of Elliot yet, or has she not noticed?
No, Mabel doesn't know. Hey, on a side note, are you familiar with the term Pete face?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Oh.
Oh, now she's
Pete
just lying.
face is a nickname for when someone makes that exaggerated, open-mouthed expression, usually in reaction to something shocking or over the top. It comes from comedian Pete Correale, who used to make that face a lot on stage and in conversations. Are you bringing it up because you saw it somewhere, or are you just testing my comedy knowledge?
No, I saw it somewhere. Thank you. All right, I have to go back to my #1 rated morning show. Thank you, Bailey.
Anytime, Michael, go crush it on the air and tell Elliot to stay out of trouble.
Will do. Love you.
There you go.